Today's offer, we got a lot of ground to cover, folks, so this is gonna be a quick 2 minutes. Bear with me if I'm talking a little too fast, but not as fast as the guy in the old commercial in the 80s, like, I'm not gonna talk that fast, but it's gonna be pretty close. Rossignol-Cornu, a fils, Bourgogne Cote d'Or. There's a lot to unpack here. Where do we start? Let's start with Bourgogne Cote d'Or. This is an appellation that you may not have seen very much before. This is a recent redoing of the Bourgogne appellation in Burgundy, where the wines that come specifically, the basic Bourgogne wines that come specifically from the Cote d'Or, meaning from, Marsanne down to, where are we at? Like Montilly, like way down there, but not Côte Chalonnaise like Givry. The Cote d'Or proper ones have a Bourgogne Cote d'Or designation, meaning that they're even groovier than a regular Bourgogne Rouge or Bourgogne Blanc, which may not come from the Cote d'Or in particular, right? This is very important. It's a new, hot, kind of darling appellation, and we actually love it because this tells you that this comes from serious grapes and not just from anywhere in friggin' Burgundy, and there is a difference, which we'll get to. The name, Rossignol. Didier Rossignol is actually a cousin of Nicolas Rossignol, who's a very famous producer based in Volnay that makes really terrific wines. We haven't heard much about Didier, but the Rossignol-Cornu family is super teeny tiny production, and prior to the wines coming into the market in the last year or two, I don't think the wines had been exported to the United States. So this Rossignol-Cornu name is a new, exciting name for us. They're in the Côte de Beaune, I think they're based in Volnay, but they also own vineyards in the Pernand-Vergelès area of Burgundy, which is probably the Cornu side, because Edmond Cornu is based in the Los Cortons, and God, Burgundy is like just a disaster, isn't it? It's horrible. Well, it's not horrible, it's delicious. Now we're gonna continue unpacking. I told you we were gonna talk fast. 2020, one of the great vintages in Burgundy in the last 20 years, but great for a specific reason. Look at the color. This is a big, rich, yummy, juicy, hedonistic Pinot Noir that a lot of California Pinot Noir lovers are going to fall in love with. It is that type of vintage. It is a sunny, beautiful, hedonistic vintage. Pinot Noir. So Bourgogne Cote d'Or, the Cote d'Or is a big place. Where do these grapes come from? They're based in Volnay. As I said, this family is based in Volnay. These grapes come from just on the other side of the line of Volnay Village. So they're in the village of Volnay, but not Volnay appellated proper. But that means really good dirt, 40-plus-year-old vines. Tell me, kids, how many 40-plus-year-old vine Pinot Noirs in California can you buy for $25? Answer, none. Cipher, nothing. How does a wine taste? Classic 20. Really aromatic. See, in spite of the wine's size, this wine doesn't lose its sense of place, which is what we love about 2020 as a vintage. These wines are very rich, but this wine's pretty typical of the appellation, or the area, right? Because it's Bourgogne Cote d'Or, so it's a big alcohol, 13%. So all you like low alcohol nerds, you're covered. So even though it's a big wine, you don't have to worry about it. This isn't pudding. And the structure here. This wine has pretty big structure for Bourgogne Rouge. You can have this with heavier dishes. If you do this with a Bœuf Bourguignon, you're gonna be great. Big, bigger, heavier dishes with fowl and game, you're gonna be golden. Stews, single pot dishes, you're gonna be golden. This wine has amplitude, structure, and richness, which a lot of Bourgogne Rouge wines traditionally don't. They're made like a bistro coffee, almost Beaujolais style. This wine is not that. This wine is old vines. You can feel it in the palate. It has richness, density, energy. My gosh, what do you want from a Burgundy for 25 bucks? This really can't give you any more for the price. Just a stunning deal. Unfortunately, we only have 180 bottles of it, so you better act fast.